You know, there is a saying which says that in a community where people are not learned, it is always lacking behind because they cannot develop themselves.
Adante sayang soma desidai amu mukwetiki ninye nakiama naimi oltung'ani eeta ilapaitin 12 wenkai nyene ore enkerai eini neponunui aasir ajo inoto enkerai ormoruo meyiolo ninye enashe pok enashe meenapo. Ore sii enkisoma sidai amu kioru oltung'ani eshida pookin niata migil atum shida nekintapu Enkai nitum esiai ino nitumoki aitaasa keon.
Ore apa larin 25 oishari etii apa enkiti tito napi naji Nancy Kireu. Nenyor apa ena tito sukuul mpaka niany kiama ashu ormoruo apa otegelikia menye. Ore apa tina kata naa kegol oleng peejoki entito menye mayieu ormoruo. Naa ore ena atinin nagira asuju naa enkitanyanyukoto enkatinin apa e Nancy egira ormarei lenye aitodolu orkulikae tung'anak le Kima. A teacher of mine wanted to marry me, so he did the traditional formal way of marriage by taking a blanket, taking sugar to my family. So there was a discussion between my parents, my father, his brothers, my mother and my other stepmoms, and also the husband to be with his father and another old man he came with to now discuss on the dowry, what should be paid to my parents, and when I'm married. They were hoping that my answer was going to be on the positive side. So I came into the house, I was called in, I came into the house, I went and sat close to my mother, you know, because I couldn't sit next to the men because it's a sign of respect. So I went and sat close to my mother. And now my father started telling me that this is the man I've seen, and that he's going to be your husband, and so he was going to marry you. So when I told them no, my mother was like, they told me, get out of this house and we never want to see you again here. So I walked out of the house. I was only 16 years old. I didn't know where to go. I didn't know anybody. When I went out, there were these other women who were waiting for me. They were trying to persuade me not to. They were telling me you shouldn't go against your father's wish because a curse will befall on you, you know, and anything bad might happen. So please just agree. I told them, no, I want to continue with my education and I want to decide who to marry. I don't want you people to choose for me somebody whom I don't love, somebody who I don't want to stay with. It's my life and I have to make the decision. So I started running away. So I ran and I went into the bush and I saw a tree and I thought that was my only place for rescue. So I went up and climbed the tree. My mother was waiting for me inside the house because she knew I had nowhere to go, so she thought I wouldn't go that far. And she came out when it was getting late because she was now worried and she started looking for me. She wandered all over the compound. She came out and walked also into the bush. She was looking around. She was kind of worried. She was frustrated. She was sweating because of the worry. And I saw her when I was up the tree. And from the way she looked, I felt for her. And I decided, no, let me just tell her where I am. So I called out and said, Mother, I'm up here. So she came and I told her, I'm up in this tree. So she looked up the tree and saw me and persuaded me to come down. just come down because your father is calling you. I said, I don't want to. I'll stay out here. I'd rather be eaten by wild animals because you people have decided to send me away. She said, no, we are not forcing you to. Just come down and listen to what your father has to say. So I came down of the tree and met my mother.
Ore taata tekulong'i netaana Nkireu enkitanyanyukoto sidai toontoyie ormaasai egira aing'oru haki enye tialo enkisoma oontoyie.
Ore taata paang'as agoro inakata piany orpayian nalotu aitoki aendelea te sukuul. Ore taata tekuna olong'i natodua naatadoyie apa nanu oltau. Metejoki apa enkiteng ake nashuko alo ewueji netii olashe. Nashuko apa sinanu alo ine wueji netii ilo ashe alo aing'uraa adol ina tito. Neeku taata naa enatodua ina tito taata naa katodua dupoto amu eitu eiturraa, eitu sininye egoro nejo kalo aing'uaa ntoiwuo enyenak nelotie. Eshomo apake sininye neitoki ashukokino. Neeku atodua duo taata dupoto tenchoto enye tena shoto enkisuma.
Todua naa taata naa ena kerai enkutuk apa pee eany orpayian nelotu alo aisuma nikidol iyiok ajo enoto dupoto taata amu eshomo naa atum enkisuma sidai netum taata aaku keipang tenkaraki ina ng'eno enye enkisuma nikidol neeku taata keretito kewon neret inkera enyenak neretu intoiwuo enyenak naa kegira aitoki aitodolu ajo keasita embaye sidai oleng eipang'a apa atum ina kisuma amu kegira naa aaku keitodolu taata ninye ajo isume neret taata nena kera neitoki aret naa keret likae tung'ani ake metaa mee ninye ake eret openy, keret taata likae tung'ani ake. Neeku duo atodua nanu ina kisuma ajo kasidai pii. Neeku todua apa inakata piany orpayian o taata naa keeta tofauti amu kegira naa taata aitodolu ewang'an amu eitodolua naa ajo etaasa embaye sidai oleng.
Ore ena sinema negira aing'or inkoitoi naagira enkerai entito ormaasai aimaa egira anyok aing'oru eng'eno.
Ore apa neeruni akeyie Rambusel nelo nekimany Rombo. Nikironi te Rombo nikironi naarik nasari. Naisoma te nasari nalotu aiteru endarasa nabo tena sukuul. Naisoma ake tena sukuul mpaka endarasa eong'uan. Nehikuni papa alotu aing'oru yeyio. Nirorie ilo kesi nitoki aisho metushuko yiok. Ore peeshuki yiok nikironi ake ilapaitin okuni tinaang' nelotu apa oloiboni loewuo aitibirr iltung'anak. Nejo oloiboni mayieu nkishu entito ayieu. Najo aishori nejo yeyio meim enkerai oloiboni. Nekintoki tena aisiko Rombo. Ore peeshukunye nejoki ilatashara yeyio papai ai mekure kintirr amatotoni aboitare tiang'. Nikitoni tiang' nikitoni asi nejoki ore amu igira aitesa nchoo ake eton enkitok ino kake iyiok natoni aing'orr.
Yeyio lino taata?
Olatashara leyeyio loing'orita taata ninche yeyio. Kake egira ake lido papa lotii Amboseli. Nikitoni ake nkuti olong'i neponunui aing'uraki nkanashara ainei. Ning'uraki nkanashara ainei nishooyo papa aisho iltung'anak le Amboseli pookin. Naa nanu natii sukuul. Najo aishooyo aisho ilo aiboni nekishuko yiok aaponu Rombo. Nikitoni ake niking'as aatoni nikitoni ore paabaya endarasa eimiet nalau akeyie impisai naarikie sukuul. Naton ilapaitin okuni tiang'. Najoki yeyio amaa taata itonita pesho kaja kinko? Najoki ntirr mashomo aing'oru esiai. Nalo ildukai naas esiai enkolong' naas esiai olapa obo. Ore peeku agira aendelea likae apa paabaya olapa obo onusu neponunui aipot tinewueji nagira aasie esiai. Ore ake paipoti najokini wou piilo sukuul. Maata ninye enoolong' maata sabuni meeta entoki naata. Nalotu ake nanu maata ninye school uniform. Nalotu mpaka ang' nairrag ang' ina olong'. Ore tenkakenya naarikuni sukuul. Nalotu esisirai naisho uniform, naisho saani, naisho enkilasi, naisho sabunini. najing darasa imiet aisoma. Naisoma ake inolong asi nikias mtihani naim nalotu darasa eile. Naisoma darasa ile mpaka taata enewueji natii. Niking'as ake aton nalo ang nalau sabunini kibarua oshi kipuoito oyieyio paatumito sabunini nalotu aisujie irkarash.
Ore irmaasai naa laramatak loonkishu, nemanya Kenya, nemanya sii Tanzania.